And I know if it was to happen tonight, if he was still alive and it's happened tonight, he wouldn't have done anything. I think you're sorry about what you did. Am I right? And we've all learned from our mistakes. But like they say, the truth will set you free. I can tell it's weighing on you. All right, you're not a bad person. I mean, don't just do it for yourself. Do it for him. This was your child. You didn't mean to do this.
Can I make a phone call?
She asked to make a phone call at the exact moment she was closest to breaking, not before. Not during the softer, early stretches of the interview. Right at the peak of pressure, when the detective had narrowed the frame down to a...
Why would you do that to me? I trusted you. I trusted you more than anyone. How could you do this to me?
I have to be.
Why did you have to? Why? You knew they were coming for me today. That's why you said you couldn't come. That's why you couldn't eat. That's why you haven't been feeling good. Because you knew what you did.
In 2024, it began with a 911 call. A 24-year-old mother, frantic, reporting her infant son unresponsive in his crib. When first responders arrived, the child was already dead. What they noticed first was the orange foam around him. They had no explanation for it. The mother said she had taken him for a drive to settle him, come home, put him down, woke up to this. Detectives noted the timeline did not hold together. The grief, when they watched her, felt performed. The autopsy results, when they came back, did not match the story. A quiet investigation opened. The mother returned to her life. School, work, a boyfriend named Jojo. Months later, they pulled her off a shift and brought her into a room with no windows. She walked in believing this was a formality, the last loose end on a tragic accident. She had not been told what investigators already had.
Yeah, he was working at...
Is that a restaurant?
Yeah, the night that he died, he was working at... And, he didn't really hang out with his friends that much, even back then. Like, he would work. He had 2 jobs, and he was working all the time. So I'm saying, like, when he works, he's really into his work. Okay. He doesn't really do anything else.
See, I mean, boyfriend, girlfriend, do you get a lot of calls? Hey, we're getting together. Hey, let's get together. Let's go out. Let's do this. Movies, you know, whatever couples do type thing.
Like, from him?
Yeah, it's your boyfriend.
Yeah, like, on days I didn't work, like, he would go watch movies before I had to go from daycare. 'Cause I didn't work every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like, sometimes I'd take a day off. And on Fridays, I would always take off, so we'd hang out, like, Friday afternoons. If I took, like, a Tuesday off, then, like, we'd hang out while I was at daycare. Or sometimes I wouldn't tell my parents I wasn't working, so they would still watch until late, and we'd hang out all day. We saw each other quite often. He didn't come over to the house all the time, but I saw him a lot. Towards, like, after we started talking again, like, I saw him all the time, but we didn't, like, speak for, like, 3 months almost.
As your only child? Was your only child, right?
Yeah.
Has he ever been, was he a clumsy kid? I mean, was he, like, did he get hurt a lot or bang his... No?
Like, he's fallen off my bed a couple of times. Like, it was really low. Like, at my roommate's house, it was really low bed, and he would, like, trying to get something, and he'd, like, plump off the bed. I'd be like, oh, like, are you okay? Like, he'd always be fine. He wouldn't even cry. He'd just look at me like, you gonna come get me or what? When he started cruising, he was a little clumsy, because he was just trying to get around. He would, like, try to grab onto things that he shouldn't have grabbed onto and fall on his butt.
I don't remember. Was he a walker? He walk or just kind of crawl or?
He wasn't walking yet. He was just
Crawling.
cruising.
Yeah.
He could walk if he was holding on to something.
Did you ever feel like I don't have kids, but I babysat nieces and nephews, and they move quick, right? Those little guys move around like that. I know sometimes I feel like this guy's a handful, or this girl's a handful. Did you ever get did you feel like that sometimes? Like, you turn your back and he's gone, right?
He was definitely a speedster.
Yeah.
And I have a video of him, quite a few videos of him just like speed crawling.
Right.
Like almost faster than I could walk.
Right, yeah. So when you have him, and you have him most of the time, your focus has to be on him, right? Yeah. So it's tough to kind of do what you have to do for you or for anybody else, right? So he gets, probably 99% of your attention in a day, right? So it's tough to do what you have to do or what you want to do. That's fair, right?
That's just parenting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's tough, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. You hit it right on the head. Parenting. That's what parents do. And you're 24. Right? At 24, that's a hell of a responsibility. That's tough. That's a lot. I don't think I could have done it. That's a lot to take on. Being a single mom, paying bills, making sure he's fed, safe, happy. Right? I couldn't imagine. So that's why we're here, to talk about him and that night. I need you to tell me what happened that night.
I did tell you what happened.
I don't think that's true.
Why don't you think it's true?
Like I said, I've talked to a lot of people and a lot of things, and I think that there's more to say, and I think things just happened. And when things happen, sometimes they happen real quick, real fast. And before we know what's going on, it's over. And we can't change what had happened or has happened. Can't change the past. You agree? So, with that, I think there's more to the story.
It's the story.
Sorry, whether you like to be called as V? Victoria. Okay. We're here to talk about him today. Okay. And you'd like to see us to do right by him, right? Mm-hmm. So what we do is we do a big investigation in these cases. We talk to a lot of people. Sometimes we have people working for us. But what we need to do is clear up what happened to him. Now, you would have taught him to be a good person, right? Right? You seem like a good person. You're a good person, right? Mm-hmm. I think you're a good person. We've been in this room maybe, close to a half hour now. You're very polite, respectful. You seem intelligent. Okay? So you wouldn't have taught him to lie, right? Okay. Now, if he was sitting in this room right now, listening to us, what would he think? I mean, good people make mistakes, okay? We can agree there's people that are animals that need to be put in cages, and we can agree there's good people that make mistakes. All right? If you made a mistake, you can tell us, let us know. If you need help or something, let us know.
The mistake I made was sleeping in the crib with him when I knew I shouldn't have.
I can tell this is eating away at you. Am I right?
Well, obviously.
Have you been thinking about this a lot?
How can someone not think about their son dying?
I mean, what happened could have been an accident, but we need to hear it from you. Okay, like I said, you're not a bad person. Good people make mistakes. All right, like I said, we talk to a lot of people, and some people come to us and tell us things, and we kind of work through them, and I know you're not stupid. Okay, you know why we're here today. All right, you got picked up at work, you were brought here, you never asked why you were here. I know we all know why we're here. I think you made a mistake. I think you need help. I think this was just too overwhelming for you. I mean, you're a single mother, you're trying to work. I have kids, I have 2 kids, all right? I've raised 2 kids, I got a wife, and it was tough. 2 people raising them. You know, they keep you up at night, you don't get much sleep. Some people have a breaking point. And they do things they didn't mean to do, they make mistakes. And like I said, there's people that make mistakes, and people make mistakes are sorry for them and admit it. But then there's other people that do things just because they're bad people and they need to be put in cages. I don't think you're that type of person. I think this is weighing on you. I think if you tell me you feel a lot better, we can work through this together. Okay, we're not here to screw you. If we wanted to screw you, we would have just cuffed you up and took you down to jail. Okay, this is your opportunity. You're not a bad person. I think you're under a lot of stress. You just made a mistake. And I know if it was to happen tonight, if he was still alive and it's happened tonight, you wouldn't have done anything. I think you're sorry about what you did. Am I right? And we've all learned from our mistakes. But like they say, the truth will set you free. I can tell it's weighing on you. All right, you're not a bad person. I mean, don't just do it for yourself. Do it for him. This was your child. You didn't mean to do this.
Can I make a phone call?
She asked to make a phone call at the exact moment she was closest to breaking, not before. Not during the softer, early stretches of the interview. Right at the peak of pressure, when the detective had narrowed the frame down to a single door she had not yet walked through. That is not a person who wants to talk to a lawyer. That is a person who knows it is finally over.
Sure, we'll let you make a phone call in a little bit. Who do you want to call?
Jojo.
Yeah, we'll let you speak to him. But I'd like to get things straightened out first. I mean, we know you made a mistake. Okay, we'll get your phone. We'll let you talk to Jojo as long as you want. That's just get this done and move on. You're not a bad person, are you?
I'm gonna go to prison.
Not necessarily. We're gonna take your side. We're gonna present it to the state attorney. I mean, there's mitigating circumstances. I mean, you're not a bad person. I think you just, something happened that night that would say it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. It could have been a little tiny thing, but it's, you had a bad day, stress is building up. I know you want to tell us and get it off your chest. Do it for him. If he was sitting here, wouldn't you want him to see you do the right thing? I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think you're a monster. I don't think you're a bad parent. I think a mistake was made.
I feel like you just have to say those things.
What's that?
I feel like you just have to say those things.
I don't have to say those things. Like I said, we could have just taken you right down to jail. We're giving you an opportunity. We look at everything. We look at your background. You're not a bad person. You're going to school. You're trying to make something of yourself, right? We're not here to judge you. I think you made a mistake. Is that what happened? Did you make a mistake?
I don't even remember what happened.
How could you forget? It's all right. I know it's hard for you to tell us, but you're going to feel a lot better when you get it off your chest. I mean, being in your shoes, if I put myself in your shoes, you've probably been worried about this for a long time, this day coming. This is your opportunity to mitigate things. Like I said, we look at people to see if we have an animal that needs to be put in a cage, or if somebody made a mistake. And to me, it looks like I'm looking at a kid that made a mistake. A single mother that things just got too tough for. That's all.
And the consequences the same, regardless.
What's that?
Aren't the consequences the same?
Well, not if you're some heartless person that just killed somebody, right, just for no reason, or if you're somebody that's, there's a situation and you snapped. That's all later down the line. I don't know if you have any mental health issues on top of it. I don't know that. I mean, but everybody's got a breaking point. It's okay if you made a mistake, okay?
I've been struggling with
What are you struggling with?
depressive manic bipolar disorder for years.
So that could be part of the issue, right?
It wasn't on events.
Notice what she does not do here. She does not deny. She does not ask what they have. She accepts that there is something to be straightened out and begins calculating out loud what cooperation might cost her. The question she asks is not, am I guilty? It is, what happens to me if I say it?
One on your meds. Okay. And he was too much to handle. Is that what happened? It's okay, I can tell you need help. Just let us help you.
I feel like you want to help me. I just feel like I'm just gonna end up in prison the rest of my life.
That's not necessarily true.
I'm not gonna be able to go to school, or I'm not gonna be able to work anymore. I'm not gonna be able to live at my house anymore.
Let's not worry about that right now.
I'm gonna lose everything.
I want you to think about something. You know, would it be better if this ever got in front of a judge? If we're able to go in there and we said we talked about these are all the circumstances. She was depressed. She was a single mother. You know, she wanted to see her boyfriend. She wanted to go out and do things. She had this kid. Basically, she was a child raising a child. And she told us it was a mistake. Or if for some reason, God forbid, we get in front of a judge and say we talked, you know, for over an hour, we gave her opportunity to tell the story, and she didn't tell us anything. I mean, I can see you have remorse. Just let us know. Just tell us everything. Why? What made you snap?
Oh, when I tell you I don't remember, it's because I don't remember it until it was too late.
Okay.
It's all a blur.
What happened? What did you do that made it too late? Would it help if I said some things I might have heard, or to refresh your memory? That maybe for some reason this whole incident took about 45 minutes? Maybe because you really didn't want to do this? Am I on the right track?
I don't know, about 45 minutes.
Well, how long?
I don't know.
What did you do? Did you suffocate him? Is that what happened? Yes? Okay. Take a deep breath, it's okay.
It wasn't me.
Okay, explain that to me. That's what I'm here for. It wasn't you.
No.
Would you say that's why? Because we're off our medication?
I knew the signs, I just ignored them, and my doctors told me that postpartum psychosis is a very real thing for someone who suffers from bipolar, and I should have gotten help way before, but I didn't.
Okay, well, slow down. I'm trying to help you out here. What are the signs?
Having thoughts of hurting yourself or your baby.
How long have you had those thoughts?
I tried to kill myself back in February.
Right.
And I got bigger-acted.
How long did you have these thoughts? Was it right after you had them? Was it before you had them? Was it a few months?
It was a few months.
Okay. So you were depressed, and you're having thoughts about taking your life or hurting him.
I didn't think about hurting him until, like a month before it happened.
All right, so for a month, you...
This is so frustrating.
What was frustrating?
It was him.
How was he frustrating?
He wouldn't go to sleep, and I would always be so tired after work, and he would never sleep. He just wouldn't sleep. Took me, the first night after we moved into the house, it took me like 3 hours to get him to go to sleep, and no one would help me. And my parents, no one didn't really help, except for just to pick him up from daycare. And his dad told me to leave him the fuck alone because he didn't want anything to do with him, and his girlfriend said horrible things to me. And somebody else was messaging me from a random number and telling me that I was a horrible mom and I was better off. And I should just kill myself and all this stuff. I was getting so much from everybody.
It's understandable. So you were depressed, you had postpartum depression, and you weren't sleeping. Was it because he was keeping you up that night? Is that what happened?
I don't know what happened that night. I just know that I took him for a drive like I always do to get him to go to sleep. I had given him his bottle before that, and then I remember coming home and Bree was leaving, and I walked into the house, and the next thing I know, I was just sitting there with the pillow in my hand and green orange foam coming from his nose and not knowing what the hell just happened.
Okay. Did you put the pillow over his face?
I have no memory of that. Like, I just remember, like, coming to, like, holding the pillow and with the stuff coming out of his nose, and I immediately freaked out because I didn't know what just happened, and I knew that I had done it, but I didn't know how.
Well, I've heard
That's why I called 911 as soon as I saw it.
Okay. Well, I've heard sometimes that people, when they get in a situation and they're stressed out like that, sometimes they see themselves doing it, but it's like they're behind themselves. You ever feel anything like that? Like you could see yourself do it, but you weren't there?
When I think back on it, like, I just feel like it's like it wasn't me doing it. Like, when I look back at it, it's like I can see, like, I'm looking from afar while someone else does it. Like, I'm like screaming for them to stop, but they won't stop. And I just don't know if it's a nightmare mixed in with my actual memories or what, but...
So, do you know what pillow you used when you did this?
My Batman pillow.
Batman pillow? Okay. You're sorry for what you did, right? You'd never do anything like that again, would you?
Every day I wish I could go back in time.
Okay. So it was almost like you saw yourself doing it and you were screaming at yourself to stop and you wouldn't?
Kind of like it wasn't me. It was like a demon.
So how was he when you did this? Were you holding him? Was he in the crib?
No, he was asleep.
He was asleep and you just put the pillow over him?
I don't remember him crying or making any noise at all.
Okay. Alright. Well, like I said, I don't think you're a bad person. We're not here to judge you. Do you feel a little better now that you talk? No, you don't. You don't. And you are sorry for it.
Nothing's ever gonna make it better because I can't change what happened. You can't go back.
No, you can't go back, but you can move forward from this.
How? There's no moving forward. I'm just gonna rot in prison.
Not necessarily. You know, we're gonna let them know about this postpartum depression and all that. Is there a doctor that diagnosed you with that? Did you go back?
When I was Baker acted, they told me that I probably had postpartum depression when they got Baker acted.
When you got Baker acted, okay, so you weren't told that prior to this incident?
No.
Okay. And you have nightmares about this?
Every night.
How long do you think this whole thing took?
I don't know.
Did you do it, was it one try? Were there multiple tries, or?
It was just the one night. I didn't try to do this before.
Right, but that night were you a little hesitant? Did you start and stop?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? So he was in the crib asleep?
When they brought him back from the car, he was sleeping.
Okay.
And I don't remember anything else up until that point.
Okay. So you just put the pillow over his head?
I guess so.
Did he struggle at all?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Did he make any noise?
No, not that I remember. I don't remember. I just remember waking up. I felt like I was waking up, and
Now,
he was like that.
when you realize what happened and you're looking at the pillow, did you try to resuscitate him?
I just grabbed him and because I really didn't understand what was going on, because I felt like I was waking up. And I found him like that, and I always slept with that pillow with him because he loved that pillow. So like I would sleep with that pillow and he would be sleeping with his pillow, and because the my pillow was really comfy. So I was really confused as to what was going on, because I was holding the pillow and he looked the way that he did. I felt like I was waking up and I didn't know what was happening. So I just grabbed him. Oh no, I turned on the light because I saw the orange on my hands.
Orange on your hands?
Yeah, there was orange on my hands.
You know
And
where that came from?
from his nose. But I didn't understand why his nose had orange coming out of it. And so I just grabbed him and I started looking for my phone to call 911. That's all I remember, because I remember waking. I felt like I was waking up. And that's what I saw was him laying there with the orange coming out of his nose. And I was like, what is happening?
Looking back at the pictures from the scene, there was medication. There was any of the medication orange? Did you give him any medication? Could that have been what was orange?
No, he had a really bad cold like a week before, and I would give him like a microdose of NyQuil in his bottle every night while he was sick, because I helped him feel better. Because he was all stuffy and like the
Right.
baby medications weren't working. So I literally give him like a microdose. Like his bottle would like be like a tinge of pink, and I give him a little tiny bit to help him feel better. And I used it too because I was sick too. But that was like a week and a half prior to this happening.
Feed him maybe any sweet potato type baby food or something with an orange color?
I don't remember what I gave him that day.
Was he eating baby food or was he having formula?
He did both. He would have formula and he would eat my food too. He would eat everything. He loved Chick-fil-A fries.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell me or you think I should know about this?
The detective just handed her a framework she can step into. She has been unmedicated. She has a diagnosed condition. Something happened that she was not entirely in control of. The medical language gives her a way to confess and maintain some distance from what she is confessing to at the same time. Watch how quickly she takes it. She has already decided how she needs this story to read.
Okay. Would you like to talk to Jojo? Yes, I can leave from my phone.
You want me to get mine?
Huh?
You want me to get my phone, or you got that?
I got it.
Okay.
What we'll do is I'll call him for you and we'll leave and give you some privacy, okay?
Why don't we get my phone and because I have Jojo's information, I'll call from Jojo from out there and then I'll come in here.
Okay.
That makes it easy. Is that
That's
okay?
fine.
Is that okay? All right.
Can I get you something you need or
I'll get you some tissues.
some tissues?
Maybe it help. Let's make up on my face. Some tissues are really good help.
Okay.
You did the right thing, okay?
Doesn't feel like it.
And that's the first thing to getting better, okay? Like we said, you will still have to go to jail today, but we're gonna tell them about your condition, so you'll probably be in the medical wing, okay? We're gonna, look into this postpartum stuff for you, and, like I said, we're not here just to screw people and put them in jail. There's two sides to every coin. And like I said, good people make mistakes too, right? Was it a mistake? Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and get you something.
You want to keep this photo, or you want me to take it with me? I'll take it with me. Give me 1 minute, I'll be back, okay? Alright. I have Jojo on the line. I'll give you the room. I just need to step out, but I have to just put it on speaker, okay? All right, Jojo, you there?
Yeah, hello?
All right. Hey, I'm going to step out, and you can talk to me.
Okay.
Hey,
Hello?
you told him, didn't you?
What?
Did you tell them
So what?
what I told you about?
Is that what that's about?
Yeah, I'm going to jail. You told them?
No.
Just tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth, Jojo. Did you tell them? Just tell me the truth. It's the least you can do at this point. Jojo, just tell me the truth.
I'm sorry, B.
Why would you do that to me? I trusted you. I trusted you more than anyone. How could you do this to me?
I had to, B.
Why did you have to? Why? Why did you do this to me? I was doing fine. I was in school, and you knew they were coming for me today. That's why you said you couldn't come. That's why you couldn't eat. That's why you haven't been feeling good, because you knew what you did. They said things that I knew it was you. As soon as it happened, I knew.
We got to end it. Jojo, I'll call you later on. We're going to end this conversation. See you.
Okay.
Bye.
Just
Say the
stand up
first-
for me real quick.
Jojo had a partner at home, a family. She was a secondary relationship he had not advertised. That context matters for what you are about to hear, because what reads as love and betrayal on her end is something more complicated on his. Also, the smoke detector audible through his entire call with police is beeping on a dead battery. That has nothing to do with this case. It is simply a detail that once you notice it, you will not stop noticing it.
I have cuts.
Yeah. You took your bandage off?
Yeah.
Just keep them up so that we can see them real quick. Oh, Jojo's hang here. All right there.
Yeah.
That was okay.
Yep.
Do you have my key?
I'll forget it.
Okay, just hang it there. I just gotta lock it for us so I don't down on this. So you have space right now. There you go. You can have a seat.
Hey, real quick too, you were talking to Jojo and you were asking him if he had talked to us. What have you told Jojo?
That's what I told you.
Nothing else?
You didn't tell him anything different?
Uh,
Nothing about it maybe taking 45 minutes, or you thought you'd failed at doing it? Did you ever tell him anything like that?
no.
When did you tell him?
Last week.
What made you tell him?
It was just eating at me.
Right. I can
I
imagine.
just really just wanted to kill myself, and I just wanted him to understand why. Because he always said it's not your fault, but he didn't understand that it was my fault. And I deserve to die.
You don't
Yep.
deserve to die.
I do.
You made a mistake, okay? You're a kid. You're raising a kid on your own.
People do it all the time.
It's tough.
It's tough.
You don't know how many people I've had in here in your situation. It's a lot more common than you think. Okay, it's a mistake. You're not a cold-blooded killer. Right? It's time you get help and move on. Okay? Is there anything else you wanted to tell us about this that maybe you hadn't? Okay. All right, and there's detectives that are talking to your parents. Did you tell your parents what happened?
No,
No?
they're never gonna forgive me.
That's not true.
No.
They're never gonna forgive me.
That's not
They
true.
will.
They're your
their
parents and they
child.
love you, right?
Yeah.
You're their child.
They loved him more.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, no.
That's not true. But from here, what we're going to do is you're going to be here a couple more minutes. We're going to have a crime scene technician come in. They're going to just take some pictures, and then we're going to take you down to the jail. You have anything you want to say before we leave? Nothing else? Okay.
She was sentenced to several decades in prison. The jury did not find her postpartum depression claims sufficient to mitigate what she had done. Under the Batman pillow, in a crib, to a child who, by her own account, did not make a sound. What closed this case was not forensics, though the orange foam eventually told investigators what they needed to know. It was not the interrogation, though the detective did his job. It was a private conversation she had with Jojo the week before she was arrested, when the weight of it had become more than she could carry alone, and she needed someone to understand why she felt she deserved to die. He could not keep that. The investigation was months old. One confession made in confidence to the wrong person ended it.